Welcome back to Lucore Automotive Services. Today we're playing with a Lincoln Mark VIII. This car came from the factory with a 4.6 quad cam V8. It's a longitudinal engine and transmission, rear wheel drive. It's basically a really nice Mustang. Today we're going to do some exhaust work on this Lincoln Mark VIII. We're going to replace the cast iron exhaust manifolds with tubular headers. We're going to put high flow cats on it and a complete after cat exhaust. So the easiest way I think to do this is to drop the subframe, which on this car is pretty substantial, but it gains me access to everything I need to get my hands on so that I can switch those parts out without being completely obstructed. So I'm going to pull the covers off the motor. We're going to put on a support fixture to hold the engine, and then I'll dump the complete subframe with the rack and pinion out the belly of the car, and then we'll get after replacing the entire exhaust system on this beast. So if you've ever been under the hood of one of these 4.6 cars, there's not a lot of room in here. I took off the plastic cladding that covers it all up. I'm going to use an engine support fixture to hold the motor up in the engine. That way I can remove the subframe out from under it, which will gain me access to my exhaust manifolds and all my connections. It's a little more work up front, but it's going to make the exhaust go on a lot easier. So I'll get the engine support fixture and we'll get moving on this thing. Didn't drop my nuts that time. So that's the Super Coupe True Dual kit. That is the after cat part of it. She should come down. Way down. Way down. All the way down and out. Alright, so that part's out. Hey, somebody already removed that bolt for me. It's gone. Our immortal enemy, Rust, took care of that one for us. Alright, so now we gotta get this guy off. Rust already took care of that one for me. It's not there anymore. Transmission fluid leak. Hey, it broke. Good thing I'm not trying to reuse those. I'm just gonna guess that these O2 sensors are not gonna come out of this. Oh, that one stripped. really good steel. That nut actually came off. Of course, I had to hammer the socket onto it, so I'm gonna have to hammer the nut out of the socket. I can't even see this bolt. Got an extra iron today. Note to self, don't look up with your mouth open when you're poking at rusty stuff. You end up with rust in your mouth. I totally understand why somebody would pay to have this done.
Yeah, right. I like them guys come in. Oh, it only takes 5-6 hours. That's what they say.
Oh, I can do this in a few hours in my garage. Good luck with that.
Yeah, unfortunately, it says it takes like 4.5 hours to take the right side manifold off, so we ain't going up for 5 hours, dude. It ain't too bad. That thing looks a little tight.
I think I'm gonna have to dump the whole subframe out to do this because it's super tight in there. I'm pretty sure they put this exhaust onto this engine before they put it in the car. It's real easy to put exhaust on an engine when it's sitting on a subframe and then they drop the body down onto the car with it all together. That would be the smart way to do this. You dump the engine and tranny out the bottom and just do it all on the ground. Stupid things that fight me. Can't be tight if it's liquid. That's loose. That one's, oh, it's not loose there, it's loose there. So I'll zip that mount brace off right there. And out comes, ow! Good morning. Out comes the maybe. I feel like you're getting really heavy. That's a horrible manifold. It's got the cat welded to it. Horrible manifold. I think this subframe's gonna have to come out of here. So that's what we're doing. It's got metal from here to here.
Yeah.
So at the very least, I can drop it down and maybe get access to what I need, but I think it's gonna have to, I may even have to drop the engine down a little bit. Oh, inverted torques, really? Inverted torques. At least they're coming out, that's a good sign. socket back. Well, you can't keep it. Oh, my fingers won't fit. Oh, they fit that way though. Nuts and bolts. Nuts and bolts. It's all just nuts and bolts. Subframe's loose. Oh. I meant to tap that. I meant to put a plug on that before I made a mess. But I forgot. I got subframe down. Might actually be able to get to all my nuts and bolts now. Oh, God, don't break. That one broke. Guess I should have heated that one. Well, 16 studs and only one of them broke. I would say that's pretty good. Garbage. Luckily I can weld a nut right to that guy. So we'll do that in just a minute. So the passenger side is actually the easy side on this. The driver's side has the EGR tube, which I won with heat to be able to get it off, but it still ended up breaking the EGR tube. So we got to find an EGR tube for this thing, which, you know, 1994 Ford product, that should be relatively easy to find. So I broke off this stud. I'm gonna weld a nut to it and see if I can get it out of the head. I need my welder. Look at that. Those threads right on there. Burn a weld on that. I don't think that's gonna work. Give it a shot. Well, that's not coming out. Maybe it is. Or maybe it's not. Stud remover. All the studs out except for one. So let's see if we can win on that one too. Sometimes persistence and heat are what win the game. And sometimes you just tear stuff off. Trying to embed a bunch of heat into this stud to help it break free. This would be easier if I hadn't put a big old glob of weld material on the end of that nut. You could still put a socket over it. So I'm waving my flag of surrender to this stud in the cylinder head. The head's gonna have to be pulled and put in a Bridgeport mill and actually machined out. It's a hardened stud. It's the only one that broke off while I was pulling these studs out to do these headers. It is now broken off flush in the head. We had a very good bite on it, and the stud actually broke on the threads right at the block. So we're going to put the header back on because we got a whole bunch of fabrication to do to make this exhaust work, and I need this car out of here for the weekend so they can make it to a show. So we're going to put it back together without the one bolt, and then we will schedule it in at another time to pull the cylinder heads and maybe put a supercharger on it at the same time. That way it's got a fresh top end. So time to put this header on, build the exhaust, move on to another vehicle. Just remember, every 2-hour job is one broken bolt away from 13 hours of cussing and swearing and frustration. But that's cars. Nice Cook's headers, super thick flange. Even with the one missing bolt, it should seal up really well. And then we will resolve that issue at another time. So I got my headers in. It was a chore. Put it back together, swept up my floor. So now I get to make my collectors into my cats. The problem is these are shooting down at the ground. That's not going to work real well. So we're going to make some bends and make some stuff work and fab up some pipes to come straight back here into a pair of cats and bring it into an H pipe, and then we'll run our dual exhaust out the back. One step at a time. So that exhaust turned out to be a heck of a lot more work than we were expecting it to be. The final product turned out great. The customer's ecstatic with it. He's super happy with it. It sounds good. It looks good. Everything ended up fitting the way we wanted it to after a lot of fabrication and modification. But hey, it worked. That's what custom stuff's all about. So if you like the stuff we're putting out, please leave us a comment, ask us some questions, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. We're just a small shop in Central Ohio doing some cool stuff, and we're trying to show you guys what's out there. We have a lot of fun doing what we do, and we hope you have some fun watching what we do. If you have questions about some of the stuff we do, feel free to leave us a comment below. And with that, you guys have a great night. God bless. We'll see you later.